Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, everyone. Lukman here. So today I will tell you about Airasia. We will discuss about Airasia, and the materials is from an article that published in 2009 by the Asia Case Research Center, the University of Hong Kong, by Stephen Koh. So Airasia at the beginning was airlines that controlled by the government. So the islands runs under the government of Malaysia. But in 2001, the condition of the islands was very bad. They had a lot of debt, and in that time the aviation industry have a very bad condition following a terrible tragedy back in 2001. If you remember 911 in the United States of America, in New York City World Trade Center, there is a big crash of aircraft in the skyscraper that made a lot of people lost their life at that time. And because that tragedy, a lot of people avoid to use airplanes, maybe because it's obvious that they afraid to use airplane after that terrorism. And its effect on the bigger scale, which is aviation industry. And but someone named Tony Fernandez from Malaysia see this as a very good opportunity. He thought that it was the good time to enter the industry, because he see the rent from the plane was very cheap, and everything in this industry relative cheap more than ever. So he took that chance. He took that as a good opportunity. So he buy this airline. He took over Airasia with a symbolic price about 26 cents or $0.26 to took over that airlines as a symbolic. Because when he see this opportunity, he have seen that LCC concept in the Western industry have been success. So he want to apply this concept in the Asia market, in the aviation market, especially in Southeast Asia. So he tried to apply this in Airasia. And the new slogan that he brings into this island is, now everybody can fly. Just look at the slogan. We know that the main target, the main segment that Tony Fernandez tried to in is the middle class segment, and even the lower class segment that maybe in that time they rarely use airplane as a transportation because the price is too high. But with this concept, with now everybody can fly, Tony Fernandez tried to cut off, maybe decrease the price of the price of the ticket. So he just focused on the service of that flight. I mean, he he apart the service of food, drinks, and the uh, entertainment. So he just sold the seat to fly. With this concept, he can decrease the price of the tickets like 40 until 60%, which is make the tickets cheaper and cheaper. So the middle class people and even the lower class people will start to have a interest in the flight transportation that maybe they never did before because the price is too high. But now with the LCC concept, low cost carrier, they start to pay attention to this transportation because they now can afford it. And beside that concept, Airasia also start the innovation, which is make people uh, easily book the tickets. So the customer can book the tickets from by just sending short message service or SMS, or they can open internet and they can book from the website. And at that time it was a very good innovation in the industries because it's, I think, one of the former to start that revolution in the aviation industry. And after just 6 months, I mean 7 months, uh, Airasia finally can get roughly $6 million in profit by 2002. And that was a very amazing achievement from Airasia that have been took over by um, Tony Fernandez. He can bring from unprofitable airlines into profitable airlines, and the profit was very huge. I mean, $6 million at that time from uh, unprofitable airlines. It was very good achievement from Tony Fernandez. In the very beginning of the Tony Fernandez era in Airasia, he focused on short route. Yeah. So every short route take less than 3 or 4 hours, and with that time, so he can make a new load of the passenger from its destination back into the original departure. So he can efficient he get more efficient on the cost of operation because he can flight back with full of passenger. And when he took over the Airasia, from the article, it just have 3 operation aircraft by 2002, and it become 78 or 72, I think. 72 aircraft by 2008. So it's growth so significant from the start of the Tony Fernandez took over. And we can say that he successfully changed the Airasia. And after he have a successful route in the short haul, he tried to open the new route, the long haul, into Australia, and he named it Airasia X, and the investor was Richard Branson. Yeah, he collab with Richard Branson as an investor to open this new route. And yeah, at that time they are still focused on LCC, but uh, with the competition with the other airlines like Malaysian Airlines, they also start to serve a new service. So in the long haul, they open two class, premium and higher class. Yeah, and talk about our Airasia in Malaysia, we cannot deny about the competition with its former competition, which is Malaysia Airlines. And in the very first beginning, maybe we cannot compare these airlines because AirAsia and Malaysia Airlines have a very different segment. Yeah, AirAsia focus on LCC, but the Malaysia Airlines have a segment from a businessmen, from the upper middle class people. So in the very first beginning, they are very different competitors. But as the times go, Airasia become real threats for Malaysia. So this competition become hitter and hitter every year, and it's especially in 2008 until 2009 when AirAsia thinks that Malaysia government have fully backed the Malaysian Airlines because Malaysia Airlines opened the advertisement of free tickets and something like that make competition looks not clear. And yeah, the AirAsia and Malaysia Airlines become not in a good relationship for years. And back to AirAsia, yeah. Now we can see that our AirAsia is one of the biggest airlines in Southeast Asia, especially, and almost make a profit every year. Uh, we- Despite we know that years like 6 years ago when the COVID spread around the world, of course a lot of airlines have a problem with the revenue because when the COVID spread everywhere, we see lockdown and there is no traveler, there is no passenger, of course, for those islands. But after a period of time, they can get out from that situation and get more stability. But the things that we can learn from Tony Fernandez, when everyone almost everyone thinks at that time back in 2001, he was a crazy man because he bravely took over one of the collapse, yeah, one of collapse islands that almost go bankrupt, maybe because they had a lot of debt and very unprofitable, adding the situation of aviation market at the time very bad following the 911 tragedy. but Tony Fernandez see this differently. He saw an opportunity. He have a confidence. He have a concept. So he just apply that concept, that determination into his new Irelands, and now everything's go as his plan, and we can adopt those concept in our mind to, if we have a good concept and we have a good theory, good relation, maybe we can put some braveness to the action. So I think that's it for today for the Airasia. See you next time. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.